You like having sex, most of us do, but what are Americans actually into, and how do your interests stack up? I'm Dr. Nora Hayes, urologist and men's health specialist with 5 years of clinical experience helping men protect performance, support prostate health, and feel great at any age. Today, I'm breaking down the top 10 sexual activities Americans are into based on a large nationally representative survey, plus a couple of bonus trends you might not expect. Quick favor before we dive in. Tap like so this reaches more folks who need shame, free science-based guidance. Comment your city and age. Phoenix 63 or Boston 55, so men and couples see they're not alone. And subscribe for weekly videos that keep your health and confidence strong. Ready? Let's set the scene with the facts behind the numbers. Then we'll count down to the two most surprising entries. Myth number 1. There's one normal way to be sexual. Not true. The data shows wide variety. Normal is broader than most people think. What matters is consent, safety, and mutual enjoyment. Myth number 2. Men and women want completely different things. There are trends, yes, but there's a big overlap. Communication and context drive satisfaction more than stereotypes. Myth number 3. Talking about sexual preferences kills the mood. Research and clinic experience say the opposite. Clear communication increases arousal and reduces anxiety, especially in long-term relationships. Keep those in mind as we look at what Americans actually report doing and enjoying. Here's the study in plain language. A U.S. survey of over 2,000 adults, roughly half men and half women, designed to reflect the country's demographics, age, gender, race, etc. Participants answered questions about behaviors, appeal, relationship context, and frequency. About 91% identified as heterosexual. So keep in mind the findings skew toward hetero experiences. With that context, let's count down the top 10 with safety notes and practical tips along the way. Stay to the end for bonus activities and a quick action plan to spark connection tonight. Top 10 activities Americans are into. Number 1, vaginal intercourse. No surprise here. Roughly approximately 90% report experience with it, and many in relationships engage regularly. Why it's common? It's the default for many hetero couples. It combines closeness, rhythm, and the option to layer in clitoral stimulation. Dr. Tip, comfort and arousal improve with communication, lubrication, and pace. Grind more, thrust less can boost pleasure by increasing external stimulation. The next entry is solo, but crucial for understanding your body and protecting performance. Number 2, masturbation. Over 80% report lifetime experience. Recent month rates are high for men and substantial for women. Why it matters? It's a healthy, normal behavior that helps people learn what feels good, manage stress, and in men may support sexual function patterns. Dr. Tip, there's no perfect frequency. Watch for interference with life or relationships or excessive pressure, which can desensitize. Use gentle technique plus lubricant to protect sensitivity. The next one is common, but sometimes misunderstood for safety. Number 3, oral sex. Most Americans report giving or receiving. Safety check. STI like gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis, herpes, and HPV can transmit via oral contact. Dr. Tip. If status is unknown, consider barrier protection, condoms, dental dams, and talk testing. Communication lowers anxiety, and anxiety is the enemy of arousal. Number 4, watching sexually explicit videos. Common for men, significant for women. The nuance, occasional use isn't inherently harmful, but heavy escalating consumption can shift expectations, increase performance anxiety, and dull responsiveness in some people. Dr. Tip, treat it like spice, not the main course. If arousal starts to depend on specific extreme stimuli, scale back and resensitize with slower, more present partnered or solo experiences. Number 5, wearing sexy lingerie underwear for a partner. Very common for women. A notable minority of men do it too. Why it works: effort equals attention, novelty, anticipation. Those are arousal rocket fuel, especially in long-term relationships. Dr. Tip: choose textures and styles that feel good on the skin. Confidence is contagious. Number 6. Sending/receiving nude or semi-nude photos. A majority have done it at least once. Safety first. Assume permanence. Once sent, you can't control where it goes. Dr. Tip: only with explicit consent. Consider cropping out identifying features and use platforms with disappearing messages if you must. But remember, screenshots exist. Your future self will thank present you for caution. The next entry reveals an interesting gender split in how people like to get aroused. Number 7. Reading erotic stories, reported by over half of respondents, especially appealing to many women. Why it works: arousal is mental and emotional as much as physical. Narrative builds anticipation and safety. Dr. Tip: try reading together for low-pressure exploration. Mark what scenes sparked interest. Those are conversation starters for real-life play. Number 8. Sex in public at least once. Yes, a significant share have tried it. Important: public sexual activity is illegal in most places and can have serious consequences. Fines, arrest, and in some jurisdictions, registration. Dr. Tip: if the thrill is novelty or risk, recreate it legally. Private balcony, different room, car in a private garage while honoring consent, privacy, and the law. Mini cliffhanger: here come the shockers, number 9 and number 10, where safety and consent matter most. Number 9, anal sex reported by a notable portion of men and women. Why it appeals: dense nerve endings around the anus can make stimulation pleasurable. For men, anal play can indirectly stimulate the prostate. For women, nearby structures add to sensation. Dr. Tip: read this twice. Preparation and communication are everything. Use plenty of high-quality lubricant. The anus does not self-lubricate. Slow buildup with relaxation first. Never force. Hygiene rules: no going from anal to vaginal without washing, changing protection. Avoid bacterial transfer. Start small. Stop immediately if there's pain that doesn't ease with more lube and gentler pacing. Number 10. Spanking and impact play, mild. About a third report trying spanking or being spanked. Why it appeals: the brain's arousal centers can interpret mild consensual pain as exciting via endorphin release when safety and trust are present. Dr. Tip: consent is explicit, not implied. Discuss before, not during. Set safe words, signals. Start gentle, calibrate often, and avoid kidneys, spine, and tailbone. Aftercare matters: check in emotionally and physically. Role, playing, and light kink. Roughly a fifth of people report role play. Some try light bondage or playful restraint. Dr. Tip: pre-talk boundaries. Pick a safe word and keep safety tools, scissors, and aftercare plan ready. Threesomes, group settings. A smaller minority report trying these. Dr. Tip: these scenarios are communication heavy. Discuss boundaries in detail. Align on STI testing and protection, and debrief after. Know that complex emotions can arise even in enthusiastic consenting couples. Affection still reigns. Cuddling, kissing, romantic rituals, and shared experiences, movies, massages show broad appeal across genders. Connection amplifies desire. Try this in the next 7 days. The 10-minute curiosity talk tonight. Ask which of these 10 made you most curious. No pressure to perform, just compare notes. Curiosity itself raises arousal. Pick 2, test 1. Choose 2 ideas that feel safe and intriguing. This week, try one of them for real. Keep expectations light. Focus on process over performance. Upgrade safety. Refresh your STI testing plan if needed. Stock quality lubricant, water, or silicone base, depending on preference. Set simple signals or safe words if you explore impact play or restraint. Layer stimulation. For penetrative sex, add clitoral stimulation, hands, oral, or a small toy. For anal exploration, prioritize prep, relaxation, and lube. Post-game check-in, 3 questions. What felt good? What felt awkward? What would make it 10% better next time? Small tweaks, big payoff. If your interest didn't match the list, or if you're surprised by number 9 and number 10, remember, there's no universal normal. There's your authentic curiosity, your partner's comfort, and the shared ground you build with kind, explicit communication. In my clinic, the couples who thrive aren't the ones with perfect technique. They're the ones who talk, adjust, and keep learning. That's intimacy, that's confidence, that's long-term chemistry. You're not behind, you're exactly where you need to be. Curious, respectful, and ready to explore safely. Quick recap of the top 10: vaginal intercourse, masturbation, oral sex, watching explicit videos, mind the dosage, sexy underwear/lingerie, sending/receiving nudes, consent plus caution, reading erotic stories, great for mental arousal, sex in public, remember the law, anal sex prep, lube, hygiene, consent, spanking/impact, consent, safety, aftercare. Variety is normal, consent is non-negotiable, safety and communication make exploration better, not boring. If this helped you, tap like so more people get judgment, free information. Comment your city and age and tell us which item surprised you most. Number 9 or number 10. Subscribe for weekly science-based videos on erections, prostate comfort, stamina, and relationship-savvy intimacy. I'm Dr. Nora Hayes. Take care of your health, your pleasure, and your partner with curiosity and respect. I'll see you in the next one.